If you're wondering how much it costs to buy a house, a townhouse, or even an apartment in Edmonton, then you're gonna wanna watch this video because I'm going to look at the average prices of detached homes, bungalows, townhouses, one-bedroom apartments, and two-bedroom apartments, and show you the breakdown on each of those so that you can essentially budget on what it would cost you, including how much money you need for a down payment, what your monthly mortgage payments will be, depending on whether you're putting 5%, 10%, 15%, or 20% down. And we'll also be looking at what you can expect to pay for your property taxes, utilities, and property insurance. All in all, you'll end up with a range of prices for what you could expect your monthly expenses to be for each type of home. So let's get into it. But before we do that, of course, we're gonna be looking at average prices today. Even though this video is gonna be really valuable for you, if you are looking at buying a home yourself, it's actually better if you connect with me directly. You can reach me on my phone at 780-819-5508, either text or call. You can email me at trevor@trevortardif.com, or go to booktrevornow.com to schedule a time on my calendar and I will call you. Then we can basically look at the specific numbers for your situation. This should give you a good sort of benchmark, but depending on if you're buying a more expensive home or a less expensive home, it's all gonna vary. So let's get into it. So we're gonna start with looking at the prices of two-story detached homes in Edmonton with 3 bedrooms. I'm narrowing it to just 3 bedrooms since that's a very common number of bedrooms people are looking for, and it gives us an average price or even a median price that's a lot more useful. We're gonna both look at the lowest priced detached home, the highest priced, the average price, and the median price. And the median price is the one that we're gonna be working with the most when we do the calculations on what it would actually cost for your down payment, your mortgage, utilities, insurance, and taxes. Just because the median price I find to be the most useful, even though it's technically not the average can get really skewed if there's a lot of very expensive homes selling, whereas the median price, that's like the midpoint of the market. So if you look at the median price, 50% of the homes are selling for that or less, and 50% are selling for more. So obviously it's gonna be dependent on your situation and what you buy, but the median price gives you a pretty good benchmark to look at. We're also gonna be looking at just homes that sold in the last 30 days in Edmonton as of February 28th, 2022. So depending on when you've watched this could have changed, but right now this is the most up-to-date information that you can get because we're looking at very recent market data, and as you may know, the market's been shifting and prices have been changing, so this is giving you the most up-to-date information to work with. So for 3-bedroom detached homes with 2 stories, the lowest price in the last 30 days was $197,000. The highest price was $3.6 million. That's where you can see the high prices that come and mess up the average. And the average is at $539,727. Okay, now the median price, the one that we're gonna be focusing on the most, was $508,000. And just to give you an idea, in the last 30 days, the total number of sales for this type of home was 359. So 359 homes like this sold in the last 30 days, and a total volume of $193,762,305 worth of sales for this type of home. So just some fun information there for you. Now, what I wanted to jump over to is what would it actually cost to buy a home at the median price. So we're gonna be working with the $508,000 for this type of home. So I'm gonna jump over here and we are going to do some calculations for you. So I'm actually just using the realtor.ca calculator here. I inputted some of my own numbers, so I did a little bit of research on what some of the costs would be. Some of the costs that they automatically punch into the realtor.ca calculator are not very accurate. A lot of them I actually find are quite low. So that's something to keep in mind if you're playing around with it yourself. But if you just go to realtor.ca/calculator, you'll be able to look at the payment calculator and you can fiddle around in here yourself. So basically, I'm on the wrong page. We're starting with detached homes, 2-story with 3 bedrooms in Edmonton. And we were looking at the $508,000 median price. So that's the midway point. And what I wanted to show you essentially is a few different scenarios. What would it look like if you put 5% down, 10% down, 15% down, or 20% down? So at $508,000, at 5% down, you're looking at a down payment of $25,800. If you put 10% down, you're looking at a down payment of $50,800. 15% down, $76,200. And with 20% down, $101,600. Now, depending on how much of a down payment you put down, if it's 5, 15, 10, or 20, it's gonna affect if you need to get mortgage insurance. So basically, if you have anything less than 20% down, you have to get mortgage insurance through CMHC or Genworth or some of those companies that provide mortgage insurance. So that's what you'll see here, that it adds mortgage insurance of $19,288 with the 5% down, and just over $14,000 with 10% down, and it goes down to zero with the 20% down. So that's kind of the trade-off when you put less than 20% down, is you do end up having mortgage insurance that gets added to your mortgage balance. So in the first scenario, with 5% down, you'd be getting a total mortgage of $501,488. With 10% down, it would be $471,373. With 15% down, $443,890, and with 20% down, a mortgage of $406,400. I'm looking at a 25-year amortization. You can't go more than 25 years until you get to 20% down or more. You could look at your numbers with 30-year amortization, which would reduce your payments. But that's not available unless you're putting at least 20% down. For my calculation here, I'm using a mortgage rate of 3%. That's just a little bit above what the 5-year fixed term mortgages are kind of going for in the market right now. Right now, they're kind of at like 2.79% to 2.9%. So I just went a little bit higher at 3%. Maybe by the time you're watching this is what market rates will be. It kind of just depends what happens here. So with 5% down, buying a median priced 2-story home of $508,000, you're looking at a total mortgage payment of $2,373. With 10% down, it goes down to $2,231. With 15% down, you got $2,101. And with 20% down, you bring it down to $1,923. Now, I want to look at some of the other expenses here. So we talked about how much of a total down payment that you needed. You can adjust this right in here to basically look at, okay, if you're doing 5% down, you have that $25,000, $800 down payment. They don't let me change this. They added $1,000 for lawyer fees and $508 for title insurance. So basically $1,500 for closing costs. So you'd need a total of $27,308 to close on a property with 5% down. They also let you know that your home inspection fees could be $300 to $500 and an appraisal fee could be $300. You're typically not going to do an appraisal unless you're putting 20% down or more, but expect to spend that, $300 to $500 for your property inspection. Now, this is where we're going to look at the actual payments. So I did some calculations here, and with your property taxes, if you're buying a house that's around that $500,000 to $8,000 price point, your property taxes are going to be in the ballpark of $350 a month. Now, this is going to vary quite a bit, even just depending on the property, and it can change from year to year, obviously, depending on what the municipality does with property taxes. But this is just sort of like a ballpark number that a home around that price point, that's roughly where your property taxes should be. So $350 a month. Utilities, I'm estimating your utilities at $450 a month. For some people, it's going to be less than that. For others, it's going to be more. It's going to depend on a lot of factors, again, like how efficient is the house. If it's an older house with an older furnace, it's not as energy efficient, that's going to make it cost a little bit more. Or if you use a lot of electricity, or you like to keep the house really warm, or if you get an air conditioner and you run that during the summer, all of those things are going to have a big impact on your cost of utilities. Utility costs have been kind of going up recently, so I'm trying to give a decent number here to give you a little bit of wiggle room. So I'm using $450 a month for your budget mark for a home of this value. So $450 a month. And then for property insurance, I'm estimating at $125 a month. Property insurance is also something that's been going up recently in Alberta. You could easily spend more than this. You might be able to get away with a little bit less than this. It depends on what you do with your policy, but this is the number that I'm using right here for you. You can get a quote for a specific property and kind of find out what your actual insurance would be. Your insurance costs depend on a number of things, like the age of the house, the age of the furnace, the age of the hot water tank, the roof, where it's located, what the crime is like in the area. There's quite a few different things that can actually affect your insurance rates, and some of that you have control over depending on what property you buy, but also if you do certain upgrades to make it so that there's not quite as much as an insurance risk. So I'm using 125. Your number will vary, but this should give you a pretty good number to work with. So all in, for a 3-bedroom, 2-story detached home in Edmonton at that $508,000 price point, you're looking at essentially having payments, total monthly expense of between $2,848 if you're putting 20% down, and if you're putting 5% down on the high end, you're looking at $3,298. So that's sort of roughly where you could expect to be if you're budgeting for a home at that price point. Okay, so next we're gonna look at a bungalow. So again, detached homes, 3 bedrooms, but this time it's bungalows that we're looking at. So in the last 30 days, the lowest price for a bungalow was $141,000. The highest price, again, was $3.6 million. The average price was $423,602, and the median price was $372,050. So we'll do the same thing with this one. We're gonna jump over into the calculator here. I'll move through this one a little bit quicker. So this one, we're taking the median price, so $372,050, and we're gonna look at 5%, 10%, 15%, and 20% down. But just to rifle through those a little bit quicker, with 5% down, you're looking at needing a down payment of $18,603. 10% down, you're looking at a down payment of $37,205. And with 15% down, you're looking at $55,808. If you put 20% down, your down payment would be $74,410. You can see that the total mortgage required changes depending on if you're putting 5, 10, 15, or 20. So you're gonna have mortgage payments that range from $1,409 up to $1,740 if you're doing 5%. And now we're gonna look at essentially what your property taxes and whatnot would be. So with this one, I estimated the property taxes at $325 a month. And your utilities, again, I actually put it at the same amount, $450 a month. Maybe you could get away with a little bit lower. And for property insurance, I used $125 as well. I kept them all the same in this case, just because we're switching from a 2-story to bungalow. They will vary a little bit, but that's kind of what we're going with. So that ends up giving you a range of your monthly expenses if you put 20% down from $2,309 to if you put 5% down of $2,640. Okay, now we're gonna look at half duplexes. These are still considered single family, but they're not detached, they're semi-detached, so a half duplex with 3 bedrooms. The low price that you'd be looking at just based on sales in the last 30 days would be $180,000. High price of, look at this, $1,023,000. Average of $376,785, and a median price of $370,000. So again, we're gonna work with the median price. This one, actually the median and the average were pretty close together, but on some of the other ones, you had a bit bigger of a gap. I won't be working with this one. I'm trying to keep the video not super long, but we went from, on the last property, the bungalows, $372,050. This one, with the price being $370,000, it's really close. So rather than go through the same thing again, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be pretty dang close to the last one in terms of property taxes, insurance, utilities, and whatnot. So yeah, so that's half duplexes, what you can expect those to cost if you're looking at the medians and the average. Okay, now we're gonna look at townhouse condos. Again, 3 bedrooms. On the low side in the last 30 days, we had one sell for $70,001. On the high side, $475,000, average of $237,715, and a median of $244,000. So that's the number we're gonna work with on this one, is the median again of $244,000. What would it cost? What can you expect your taxes, your utilities, and insurance to be? So that's what we're gonna look at here. So if you're buying a townhouse for $244,000 with 5% down through 20% down, you're looking at needing a down payment with the 5% down of $12,200, with 10% down, $24,400, with 15% down, $36,600, and with 20% down, $48,800. Again, the mortgage insurance numbers vary depending on that, and that'll give you a total mortgage between $195,200 up to $241,072 if you're only putting 5% down. Again, I'm still using the 25-year amortization at 3% interest. And that gives you mortgage payments varying from $924 a month up to $1,141 a month. Now for townhouse condos, for property taxes, if you're buying right around that $244 mark, your property taxes will be somewhere around $200 a month. And this next line item, monthly debt payments, I'm just using this to actually put in an estimate for the condo fee. So this is gonna vary quite a bit depending on the condo. Some of them include utilities, or some utilities and some don't. And also the age of the condo also affects the condo fees as well, and even the management style. So this one will vary quite a bit, but I had to use something, and I was trying to look for something that would be somewhere in the middle. So I'm estimating for a townhouse, you'd be looking at condo fees of about $210 in addition to your property taxes. And then utilities, I estimated at $350 a month, and $100 a month for property insurance. So that gives you a range of total monthly costs to buy a townhouse for $244,000 between $1,784 a month and just over $2,001 a month. So that's it for the 3-bedroom townhouses. Okay, so we're gonna get into 1-bedroom apartment condos here. But before we do that, I just wanna remind you that I can help you calculate these numbers for your own purchase based on your budget, the price range that you're looking at, and even the specific property. We can break down these numbers together so that you can know exactly what your monthly budget should be to be able to purchase a home. And the best way that I can help you with that is if you reach out to me on my cell at 780-819-5508. You can either call me or text me. And of course, you can always email me at trevor@trevortardif.com, or go to booktrevornow.com, select a time on my calendar, and I will call you. Okay, so let's keep going. Now we're getting into apartment condos. First, we're gonna look at 1-bedrooms, then we're gonna look at 2-bedrooms, and that'll wrap it up for the video. So I hope this has been valuable for you guys so far. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because I'm gonna be making a lot more videos in the coming weeks, and I don't want you to miss anything. Okay, so 1-bedroom apartment condos. In the last 30 days on the low side, we had a 1-bedroom apartment condo sell for $42,000. On the high side, we had one sell for $387,500. On the average, we had $156,372. And the median was $148,175. So again, we'll work with the median number of $148,175. Hop on over to the mortgage calculator. Again, you can reach this yourself at realtor.ca/calculator and play around in here. So again, we're looking at the range of down payments. 5% down, you'd have a down payment of $7,409. With 10% down, you'd have a down payment of $14,818. With 15% down, you'd have a down payment of $22,226, and with a down payment of 20%, you'd have a $29,635 down payment. Again, your mortgage insurance goes down as you're getting up to the 20% down. So you'd have a total mortgage ranging between $118,540 up to $146,397. Again, I'm using the same 25-year amortization and 3% mortgage interest rate. And if we jump down into the expenses, I'm estimating that your property taxes would be about $118 a month. The monthly debt payments, again, this is referring to condo. It doesn't let me change this, so just imagine this said condo fees of $185 a month, utilities of $200 a month, and property insurance of $67 a month. So that means that your total monthly expenses of owning a 1-bedroom condo would range between $1,131 a month if you're putting 20% down, up to $1,263 a month if you're putting 5% down. Okay, I just filled that in to make it a bit quicker. So on the low end in the last 30 days, there was a 2-bedroom apartment that sold for $60,000. The highest was $436,000. The average was $190,650, and the median was $182,749. So we're gonna use the median once again, and I'm rounding up by $1 to make it $182,750. With 5% down, you'd be looking at a down payment of $9,138. 10% down, you'd be looking at $18,275 down payment. And with 15% down, you'd be looking at $27,413 down payment. Once you get up to 20%, your down payment would be $36,550. Again, the mortgage insurance varies and goes down as you put more down, and you end up with a total mortgage between $146,200 and $180,556. Again, using the same amortization and 3% interest, we jump down and we can look at what I estimated for property taxes. So for a property worth approximately $182,750, your property taxes would be around $148 a month. For condo fees, not the monthly debt payments, I'm estimating $212 a month and another $200 for utilities. I decided to estimate the same amount for utilities for the 1-bedroom and the 2-bedroom, just to keep it conservative, let's put it that way. You could be a little bit lower, but it's gonna depend on your usage in the building and whatnot. So, and then for property insurance, a little bit lower, again, actually a little bit higher with $85 a month for your property insurance. So all in, you'd be looking at having a range of monthly expenses for a 2-bedroom condo in Edmonton. On the low end, if you put 20% down, of $1,337 up to $1,499 if you're putting 5% down. Okay, so we've looked at the average and median costs and narrowed in on the median costs for 2-story, 3-bedroom homes, bungalows with 3 bedrooms, townhouses with 3 bedrooms, and then we've also looked at 1-bedroom apartment condos and 2-bedroom apartment condos, where we've dived further into the numbers and shown you exactly how much it would cost, what your down payment would be, what you could expect your mortgage amount to be, your mortgage payments, your property taxes, your property insurance, your utilities, and in the cases of the condos, roughly what you might expect for your condo fees. So I hope that has been helpful for you in helping you to look at what it costs to live in Edmonton. And if you're looking to buy a home in the area, make sure to reach out to me. I can help you all over Edmonton. I'd love to help you regardless of where you are in your home buying process. So whether you're a few months away, a year away, maybe 2 years away, it's okay to give me a call or to book a time with me on my calendar. I don't mind helping out. Again, you can reach me on my cell at 780-819-5508. Email me at trevor@trevortardif.com or go to booktrevornow.com to select a time on my calendar. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.